Hey folks, welcome to Big Dirty here. Just fiddling around with some new capture software. Excuse me, sorry. Just a little cough there, no problem. Don't worry, don't worry. Um, this capture software actually allows me to do the kind of stuff that I want to do. I mean, I tried the YouTube way, couldn't really get it to work. Tried some other things, didn't really like them. I mean, the fact that I got one, two, three, boom, 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 cameras, not cameras, screens here, and the fact that I could kind of just boop, put them all into one, it's kind of cool. The first topic I want to share with you guys is number one, I haven't been streaming in a while. I got into such a really, really bad coughing fit on Monday that it caused me to get sick, like vomit and ill. And I know you don't want to hear that stuff, but it actually, to the point where I broke some blood vessels in my eyes. And I don't know if you can still kind of see, but my eyes are kind of broken blood vessels. But if you can't see, good. I mean, I'm just recovering. I've been sick for like the past, I don't know, week and a half, 2 weeks almost straight. It's ridiculous, but I've been self quarantining, self isolating, and all that fun stuff. So no need to worry about that. Anyway, I'm just going to reload my map here. Um, the PS3, actually, that I scored from the buy and sell find. Um, Now, initially, when I got that, that thing was toast. It was broken. Okay. It was not workable. It was not in working order. Holy shit, those numbers kind of jumped up a little bit. Wow. Okay. Anyway, I'll get to that later. It required us to take apart the whole entire unit. Um, being the first generation model, I wanted to keep it because those ones are like the most expensive, pricier ones that first went on sale that you probably pay about 600-700 bucks for the PlayStation 3. Came with a Blu-ray player. That was pretty cool. A multi-card media reader in the front. Everything from SD to micro SD, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Wi-Fi, internet, you name it. I mean, it was an all-in-one knockout. So, plus there's a lot of PlayStation 3 exclusives. And the thing I like about the PlayStation 3 that came down with the update was that it's backwards compatible. You can play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games on it. I haven't tried this feature on my PlayStation 4, but I mean, that's for over there. And I wanted something just kind of to go right alongside my Xbox 360 and keep it retro, you know what I mean? Keep it, well, not quite retro, but old school. I mean, I played a lot of good games. I played Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, all that stuff. So when we got it working, we had to take apart the entire unit. The thermal paste inside was a big old mess. It was just caked on. It was gross. It was disgusting. We had to take all of that, scrape it off, clean it with some high compound, well, basic isopropyl alcohol. I got some of it right here. I picked it up from my local farm supply store. 99%. This is good for electronic components because it keeps it nice and clean, even though they say don't use it. I mean, how many times have you cleaned a Nintendo cartridge with alcohol? Fuck. I mean, it's, you want something clean, you clean with goddamn alcohol, right? So the thermal paste we got, I had to wait a day for, but we didn't do this until the other day anyway. So it took us about maybe 2.5 hours of frustration and getting mad and trying to figure out what the hell where goes where and what goes where and stuff like that. Because the system never been opened before. The lady was pretty lazy about it when she told me about it. She said it had the yellow light of death. So after some research, I realized that it was a heating problem, the heat sink, and the thermal paste sometimes gives way, and it caused the CPU to overheat. So you have to get to the CPU, you have to get to the motherboard, and you got to do all these things. But when you take all these components off, you got to remember where they are, what goes where. It's not like overly complicated, but it's a pain in the ass, especially because you got all these tiny screws specifically. So we have to like separate them in separate bowls and make sure we knew exactly what went where and why and how. So anyway, we got it working. We applied brand new thermal paste. We took off the old stuff. Got the fan, the cooler back on. The cooling unit still works fine. Fired that puppy up. Put all the fresh install updates. Boom. I got a perfectly good working PlayStation 3 that's backwards compatible that I can watch Blu-rays now in my bedroom because it's sitting alongside my Xbox 360, and I have a vast array of games that and good ones. And actually, there was a lot of PS3 exclusives that came with it. So win-win. I would say that's a good win for me. Anyway, just if you look over here, right here, we got this big map of the world, and it was updated as of 10:35. The date today, I forgot to do that this beginning of this video. It is March 25th, 2020, and I'm not even sure what date it is for the corona pandemic, but it's been at least a couple weeks anyway. And it seems to be getting more and more serious, and the government is taking bigger steps to contain it. Because we don't want, if you see what's going on here in the States, we don't want what's happening down there. Those guys basically took it like a joke. I mean, the same thing happened. Oh, I don't even like talking about Italy, but the same thing happened down there. They basically, their leader took it as a big joke, and oh, it'll never happen to us, and blah blah blah, and yada yada yada. Next thing you know, you've got quite a bit of deaths. 7,503 to be exact. And now Spain is catching up rapidly. That's even more than China. Like, I mean, come on. UK is getting hammered right now. Europe, like all of Europe, they're just getting hammered right now with this disease, this virus. And what else we got going on here? Total cases confirmed 471,518. Now that is of 10:35 p.m. Central Standard Time in Canada. So when you look at the big picture, it seems to me like a lot of it has traveled its way from China, migrated its way from there to Asia. Some of it got down to Australia. Europe is like hammered. America is like a gong show. And you wonder why Donald Trump takes these measures as extreme as they are. Look at the bloody map. I mean, this is all from negligence too. I'm watching videos on YouTube. I'm watching all of these stupid drunk kids on spring break. Oh yeah, it's spring break. I don't care if I get it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, guess what? Your loved ones are going to suffer. Your health, just because you're going to survive it, okay, doesn't give you the right to put anybody else's health at risk. Your grandparents, the younger kids, your household, these are all susceptible to dying to this disease, especially the elderly. Selfish people, man. These are the same morons who are out there raiding the supermarkets, stocking up on 50,000 rolls of toilet paper and such. And it's just, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. It seems to me like the numbers have been increasing since January. Just could be months before we even see this thing die down. And that's the reality of the situation. Months. You think this is going to happen? You think it's going to be over in days? Keep fucking dreaming. We're talking months here. And I'm looking at all of these people who have recovered from the disease. That is a good number. That is actually a really good number. Here, let me just large scale it for you. 114,444 recovered. Okay? A lot of them from China. The majority of them from China have recovered. But do you see a lot of people from the United States? Those people have just become infected. Okay? I'm not seeing United States in there. I'm seeing New Zealand. I'm seeing, come on. Where are they? And then you get these videos on YouTube of these spring breakers, and they don't give a damn. Well, maybe this will put things in perspective for you. Maybe the total deaths right here, 21,287. Italy suffered 7,503 deaths. Spain, their numbers are getting up there, 3,647 deaths. UK, doesn't seem like that bad, but France, Netherlands, New York, even New York, 280 deaths in New York City. Wow. Canada, where are we? Ontario, 12 deaths, and just in Ontario alone. Puts things in perspective, people. Follow the rules. When the government tells you to do something, I know there's a lot of radicalized people out there who say, oh, F the government, F you, F this, blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. The numbers are there. All you got to do is look at my damn screen. I'm not lying to you. Okay? Total confirmed cases right here. Boom. Does that make it any more real for you? Do us all a favor. And just dumb me up, man. Anyway. Second part of this video, real quick, like. I want to... I'm not a conspiracy theorist, per se. I do enjoy a good story, and I do read a lot. I mean, we go downright crazy. I mean, because I've been stuck inside for about a week and a half now with minimal contact with anybody, really. Just via phone, video chat, stuff like that, right? For good reason. I'm being responsible, right? And people come to my house, I always tell them, you know what? Stand outside, or if you enter, it's at your own risk. Because I don't know what I have. And the doctor didn't want to test me because he says, hey, you know what? Basically, you haven't traveled. Have you been in contact with anybody traveling? I said, well, I don't think so. I don't think so. But they didn't want to give me a test. I asked for it. I said, hey, look, can I get tested? And they said, you know what? We don't have enough tests. Fuck. What's living a life without uncertainty, right? Jesus Christ. These are scary times we're living in, man. These are scary times. I'm not talking about so much the disease part. We can get through this as long as we stay together. I'm talking about the fallout. I'm talking about the aftershock. The recession is going to hit. The recession is going to hit. It was 44.5 per liter. 44.5 cents per liter in Alberta. I read it on one of my news feeds. A guy snapped a photo of a Tempo sign. Now, Tempo is for anybody who doesn't know, Tempo is it's a gas station. It's like a generic brand. It's like Petro-Canada or Shell or Esso or whatever the fuck, right? Tempo. I haven't really seen a Tempo in a long time myself, but whatever. With this low gas, everybody's digging it right now. Guess what? Where the fuck are you gonna go? Besides to your local, for supplies. Travel at this point in time is being cut off. You can't even travel outside the province. Province to province, guess what? Oh, no, fuck you. Not happening. You want to go down south to the United States of America? I wouldn't fucking go down there. Not after this map. Not after seeing what I'm seeing. If you're not seeing this, what I'm seeing here, oh no, fuck that. I ain't going down there. For what reason? I'm staying my ass right here where it's fucking safe, and I'm going to get through this. Now, as far as the fallout goes, I don't know. I don't know where that's going to go. I really can't tell you. I do know there's going to be huge recession, because guess what? The government says, oh yeah, we're going to rub your shoulders. We're going to prime you up a little bit. We're going to give you $2,000 to stay home. Where the fuck's the money you think's coming from? Taxpayers' monies, money for infrastructure, other services. Basically, I see this. I see the hand of the president, well, not the president, the Prime Minister of Canada, fucking dipping his greasy little paws into the pockets of us Canadians and going, here's your money. But guess what? Compound interest, motherfucker. Compound interest. Banks are willing to cooperate. Well, banks are happier than pigs and shit. Oh yeah, we'll defer your payments for you, but guess what? In 6 months when shit hits the fucking fan and a loaf of bread's gonna cost you fucking $8 at the local grocery store, you're gonna have to pay everything back. You don't make enough money, you're out in your ass. Fuck. It's gonna create mass hysteria, mass panic, and I'm like, honestly, my biggest fear right now is people looting. People who are unfortunate enough, or people who live criminal lifestyles, who just don't like to follow the fucking rules. Obviously, they don't like to follow the rules because they're criminals, right? I even heard this rumor, a fucking rumor, of prisoners being let out because of this disease. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? What do they got to lose? Jesus Christ. I mean, oh. Be prepared, people. Be prepared. We either are gonna come together collaboratively as a one big entity and help each other out and rub each other's backs and hey man, you watch me, I'll watch you, or fucking sheer chaos is gonna happen. Looters, violence, home invasions, stuff like that. People fighting for a fucking loaf of bread. Just like the whole hoarding thing. Okay, guess what? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a serious question. Do you know martial arts? Do you have any type of self-defense training? Do you have any means to justifiably protect your family or your home from potential criminals or looters getting at your stockpile of supplies? Because all you're fucking doing is gathering up goods for those guys. The ones with the illegal firearms, the ones with the crazy ass innuendo, the criminal lifestyle. Crazy, crazy times. I'm not even going to go there. But I found this a little neat. I went on the internet here and I found this really, really cool thing. It's emergency broadcast frequencies. The old school ham radios that they used to have? Well, guess what? A lot of hobbyists have actually purchased ham radios and they do listen to the frequencies on regular occasion. Now, these are old technology that still works today. If you ever watch the movie Die Hard, what's the one with the... Fuck, it's called a fire strike or something like that. It's an internet terrorism thing. Shit, I forget. It's the one with Justin Long. Yeah, Bruce Willis, Justin Long. It's a Die Hard movie, but anyway, it's the Firestorm or something like that. It's called. They go back to the old school radio frequencies because they still work, and this is something that's going to happen in the new era if things go down, if things go to shit, and if power companies go on strike or anything can happen. Who knows? Who the fuck knows what's going to happen? We've always been prepared in the back of our minds for something that might happen. But this is just one of those things that's kind of good to know. It's good knowledge to know how to read this and use this technology, this old school technology. Now, I found this stuff on the internet because I was just kind of like just pissing around. I was thinking to myself, if all cell phones and if all lines of communication go down, that's kind of going to leave me shit out of luck, isn't it? Well, maybe I should get a ham radio. I don't even know how to fucking use a ham radio. But guess what? I could learn because nothing is unachievable. You could always learn how to do something. Unless you're truly, truly hating the idea and if you're opposed to it, you could always learn how to do something. So, I'm going to learn how to use the ham radio. But in the meantime, I found these cool little, this website. It's WebSDR. You type it in, and it's org, websdr.org or something like that. And I'm going down to the, where's this one from here? Northern Utah WebSDR server number 1. Okay, located near Crane, Utah, about 80 miles, 94 kilometers north of Salt Lake City, Utah, 14 miles, 23 kilometers east of the Golden Spike National Historic Site. Sorry. Um, so all of these old school frequencies, these ham radio frequencies, are active. People are using these, and they're using them to communicate as hobbyists, and it could very well be a good alternative, you know, way of communication down the road. So I'm just going to show you a little sample here. Pay attention to that little screen down there. I'm going to try to get something in here. This is in real time.
Alrighty, folks. Plan for the eyeball, July 15th through July 19th, 2020, in Louisville, Mississippi. This is our premier annual meeting.
So this is in real time. This is actual the buddy there talking on his ham radio, and I'm picking up the frequency through this WebSDR thing because of the server that they have that's providing it. Now that thing may not be around. That's why I'm saying it might be a good idea to invest in ulterior measures of your own tower, your own ham radio. That way you're always in communication, especially if you're rural. If things go down, things go to shit, at least you got someone to talk to. Let's scan for some more ones.
And like a lot of guys do. And so I usually have a radio on, but I don't need to always have the radio that's hooked up to the amp or anything on. Sometimes I got a lot of receivers in here. Yeah, also, and so I like listening on them. I like listening on the 380.
It's actually kind of interesting when you really get into it, eh?
That kind of stuff. And I have some really old stuff in here too, some old Hallicrafters and Hammerland and all that. And it all works perfectly. Sometimes I'll in fact, around Christmas I got the Super Sky.
I don't want to. You guys can check it out for yourself. I mean, I found it on the internet. Just use a Google search. Just go to WebSDR. .org, and the one I chose was websdr1.sdrutah.org, and basically it gives you a choice of green, yellow, and I think red was or blue. Blue is the other one. Frequencies. The yellow one seems to be working the strongest. I mean, the 7200 hertz. It's pretty talky. There's also a webhamnation.net on the 7190 frequency, and just from the 71, even on 7130, there's a faint one coming over here. It's really cool to kind of check this stuff out, and these guys are actually just communicating over open ham radios. Your next line of communication. Get your supplies, get your home barricaded, get your stuff ready. Maybe make sure you have a bug out bag if you have to, in case shit hits the fan. Who knows? Who knows where things are going to go, folks? That's the thing. I don't know. For all we know, things will go back to normal. Let's go back to work. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Who knows? But be prepared. Don't be a fool. Always be better to be prepared and not having to use something rather than not having it when shit hits the fan. That's my motto. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anyway, it's been a slice, and thank you for coming and listening to me rant about this crazy stuff. But it really hit home for me today, and it really takes a lot out of you. But you know what? For what it's worth, I just want you all to be safe. And I want you all to just be nice to your fellow man. Be nice to your neighbors. Help those others who need it. And let's just get through this together, okay? We can do this, man. Humans have surpassed thousands and thousands of crazy stuff. Anyway, that's it. That's all for tonight. Big Dirty out. Take care of yourself and stay safe.